I once cut handcuffs off a man who was extremely high and had bet his girlfriend he could escape like Houdini. She clamped the cuffs on tightly, and by the time we arrived, his hands were discolored from lack of circulation. While we used bolt cutters to free him, he screamed about the pain, but sometimes stupidity has consequences. He was ultimately grateful, though his girlfriend roasted him in front of us and a couple of police officers. Another memorable call involved helping a young woman who had climbed more than 60 feet up a tree at 4 a.m. on a Sunday morning to rescue her cat. I once rescued a man who tried to surprise his girlfriend on Christmas by coming down the chimney unannounced. Her son noticed something unusual before she did, lit a starter log in the fireplace, and nearly killed the man when smoke began pouring out of the fireplace into the living room. I later saw the woman with a different man by St. Patrick's Day. Tough luck, buddy. This isn't my story, but my brother-in-law, a former NYC firefighter, once responded to a fire started by a group of Central Americans roasting a pig in their apartment bathtub. None of them spoke English, and by the time the fire department arrived, they were more concerned about saving the pig than putting out the flames. Naturally, the heated bathtub had caused the walls to catch fire, leading to a significant blaze. My dad once witnessed a remarkable combination of stubbornness and absurdity involving a man saved by a firefighter. I originally shared this story on the Tales from Tech Support subreddit, and here's a retelling. My dad worked for IBM's AS400 mainframe tech support team for over a decade, from 1992 to 2003. One day, a customer called in, desperate to generate and print a report for a corporate executive who demanded it be on their desk by 3 p.m. The report wasn't generating properly, and the caller was panicking. About 10 minutes into the call, my dad began hearing a strange, high-pitched sound in the background. "If you don't mind me asking," he said, "what's that noise in the background?" The caller replied, "Oh, that's the fire alarm." Confused, my dad asked, "Fire alarm? Shouldn't you be evacuating?" The caller, however, was unfazed. "You don't understand. I have to get this report printed. Are you going to help me or not?" Despite the absurdity, they continued troubleshooting. A short time later, my dad noticed shouting in the background and asked, "Is everything okay? There's a lot of yelling going on." The caller explained, "It's fine. That's just the firefighters evacuating the building." My dad pressed further, "Shouldn't you leave too?" The caller became increasingly agitated. "I have to finish this report, Dan. It's almost 3 p.m., and you're supposed to help me." As the yelling grew louder, a firefighter could be heard in the background ordering the man to leave the building. The caller protested, "I can't leave until this report is printed." Over the phone, my dad then heard the firefighter yell, "I don't care about your stupid report. The building is on fire. Move." There was a scuffling sound, followed by the phone hitting the ground as the firefighter physically dragged the man away. All that was left on the line was the sound of the fire alarm and crackling noises. Unsurprisingly, the report did not make it to the executive's desk by 3 p.m.